ourselves with the knowledge.
Masu kallo barkanmu da dawowa yanzu dai na ji na kawo muku wato abokiyan aiki na, yes, abokin aiki na, kin san akwai abokin zama ko abokiyan zama da kuma abokin aiki. So that's abokin aiki na KKK Khadija Kubura Kai Illani wanda za ta kawo mana watan social media trends. KKK ina kwana, good morning, sabah al-khair. Na bonjour, alhamdulillah, bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Ça va bien, merci.
Bien.
Bien. C'est bon. Yeah, isa kana. Why ce me ne da
ka ji kamar recross na zo Africa. Yana da wani project in Africa. Yeah, the boss himself.
The boss himself. Wani mai jiki.
Yanzu ma ya try ya lose some weight. In ka ga video you realize akwai difference from previously. Yanzu ma ya samu 6 packs.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, yeah, mentioned sooner artists. He's going to make a project with 12 artists in Africa, so 12 different African countries. We got Stone Boy, got Black Sherif, got Diamond Platinum, the Tsarin. So it's because of I'm just gonna shut up, but I'm just Stone Boy, the Black Sherif.
That one. Shata ya zage shi.
Ya zage shi wanda kowa ke zage after lafiya. Yasa kuma gashi an yi Grammys jiya da video da Burna Boy an nominating su amma dukkan su ba samu kowani award ba. Sannan kuma batun Moisha kuma and many other stories. Amma bari ga da viewers mu then.
Moisha ko?
Yes.
Batun stroke
ta kasan tun last week aka sai kamar ta samu stroke. And social media, you know how these people portray themselves on social media. I even I'm quoting that some time ago, she will never date a broke guy, and because of that, in the ones way she expecting broke men to donate to her. It's a Saliman way. If you think you can't help her, just keep her because she's on the verge of dying. It's with this and many other stories before we wrap up the show.
No.
Yeah, so very welcome to Inkuma, and then we start with the first story. Assalamu alaikum, kuma kaman da Amira introduce na kawo muku social media trends sunana Khadija Kubura Kelan na so far.
Dan dawa. Now.
Ya kiran shi Rick Ross, yes, ya zo video shi guda ya zo online da yake kamar zai yi a project in Africa with 12 different African countries where it's a big project. He's coming to Africa to do this project. Ya kira some artists, ya kira sunan Stone Boy, the Black Sherif, to be part of the musician that they use to Chicken Gun again other country. We are mentioned Diamond Sorrow. So I'm do a video now Muda Chicken Studio.
Right? Who are the other big names in other markets that I can get him excited?
Black Sheriff, Nasty C, there's so many. Ashake, there's just so many of them.
And then what we can do is take
Africa, we coming.
Take Stone Boy.
Africa, we coming.
Let's get 2 or 3 other people.
Africa, we coming. Africa. This is a one of one. We want to do a project in Africa with African artists. And not just African artists. Let them know, Brett. We want to incorporate artists from where? Stone Boy.
Yemi, Diamond Platinum, Chaco. We got you all. We're going to do it in how many songs you want on the album?
12. Let's do 12. So let's incorporate 12 different countries.
12 countries.
12 different artists.
12 different lead artists, and then we're going to have 3 or 4 artists featured in the song in each of the videos. It's going to be the biggest thing in Africa, and guess who's leading it?
Ricky Rose. This is the new We Are the World. So producers,
Boom!
Artists, get
Boom!
ready. This is going to be huge. Boom!
Rick Ross, I mentioned, I think, not just in Nigeria. So it's going to be a big project just like among kind of Beyonce, Tamata, you know, my Beyonce card, it's Nigeria, the Ghana, where she used Wizkid Shatawale. And so, you know, they happened. Shatawale was also making noise all over social media called Beyonce that feature and all that. So it's similar. It's a one the one kuma
Chas ni ama yasuni shinani chat. Is it Chas ni ama Mansa?
But then I can't remember his.
Since Chas ni ama Mensa or something like that. Yeah, Chas ni ama Mensa, aka Shatawale.
By Bezoya, be one statement regarding this. But the Magana Gazo, everybody was like,
yeah, they got a look at Chinenda.
Those days, she the
Beyonce, be very much not to the Shineki Bash fans, Chas Niama Mensa.
Anyway, so one commander, everybody was like, maybe career is not true, Stoneboy making no hype and all that. Well, Stoneboy Yashima, he went live with Rick Rocks. Yes, so Mutanis Gan Kamon Gaskia is the project is coming and then he's part of that project. I'm going to on video, Kuma.
Shout out Brett Barris for making this happen, plugging me with you.
The big boss himself. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so look, it's Ricky Rose, Stoneboy, Ghana. They tuned in. This is what America want to know on our side before we come to your side. What American artists you would say influenced you in your career the most?
Any American artist that would have influenced my career the most would be definitely a hip-hop artist, you know, because of the vibes, you know, because of the consciousness, you know, of the vibes. One of my favorites is Talib Kweli as well, you know, from Time. Yeah, definitely everybody knows about Jay-Z. Yes, definitely the boss himself, you as well, to be honest. I'm not even going to lie. Like, ever since you came into the game, you've brought a different spirit, you know, into the industry. And I'm really feeding off that inspirational vibes that you always put in, because you know and you see it yourself, you know, like your videos, the stuff that you tell people or say always go a long way to get us to become what we become, you get me? So we keep on fighting, we keep on pushing, and that's it for me. So hip-hop itself is not only necessarily one artist out of America, you know, hip-hop itself, feel me? So
no, yeah. So I love that. And just for all the American artists that's watching, I just want to throw upon you, my brother. Once again, it's all about Ghana. But this one question I want to ask you. If you could collaborate with one artist on this side, and not Rose, if you could collaborate with one artist, because you never know, that might be a phone call Rose could make. We
of
never
course
know. Who would that one artist be?
Jeez. Oh, who's that gonna be? Who's that gonna be? I think that's gonna be Rihanna for me. I've always said that. Taylor Swift. I've always said that. I've always wanted a Taylor or Rihanna. Yeah. Let's take it to the females, you know what I'm saying? On the male side, it's got to be you, and then on the female side, it's got to be Rihanna or Taylor Swift. For now.
Man. Rihanna, I'm most definitely with you. I'm absorbing that Rihanna energy. And you know, as far as the collaboration with you and Boss, we
Not the ones with cheers.
It's cheers in the eye, so that they got bottles.
You
know, Boss, he always like popping bottles. Anytime you see
him.
Stoneboy Kumaya made it clear that he wants
to flex,
he wants to India some more opportunity. Yeah, he work at the Rihanna and Kuma. It's been this issue has been there for a very long time. Commercial the Rihanna is actually one up. So let's just see how it gets. Kuma one event that I can't kinga now monted the event number in the Anganshina self put with Taylor Swift in. He just mentioned it in case the opportunity come. He will not make sure he doesn't miss the opportunity. So this is a good news for Ghana. All the best to the selected artists as well. This big project with them. And still in the music world, Nakumajia and Grammys, Nigeria, Burna Boy, the video do consider some nominations. The video has some 3 nominations, and then Burna Boy has some 4 nominations. But none of them had an award like do comes about some Kowani award, but then. what it went to one of the category awards and it went to a South African it some one award. But then, however, there is a competition. If the best person get the awards, the video I'm gonna wait the new category that come with the best African performance category. It will put Africans on the map and it will let Mutanis Gani what Africans have to exhibit or the talent they also have in Africa. It's a Muji want to interview in the video now come up with studio.
Which kind of rubbish be that? They don't give me. I beg, people that don't make me vex, I beg. Which kind of rubbish be that? No, they film me, I beg. No, they film me, which kind of rubbish be that? Which one be that? They rip the boy of where they come nominate them the first time. Which kind of rubbish be that? No, they tell me, I beg. Which kind of rubbish be that one? No, they tell me.
Megan.
Which kind of rubbish be that one? And they talk important thing, they talk another thing. Who just say, three good nominations. When they tell me, say, no, you don't win anyone. Which rubbish music that can sing?
So he was so bitter that the video didn't win any of his nomination with some award regarding that. That's a huge fan over there. So no, they just used the video. They just used him to market the Grammys. You know, come on the video can she in the story. She the team boys and she's gonna set up. They help in setting up the place for the events here. It's people had their own thoughts on that, and then somebody also said that they were using the video to market Grammys, and which obviously, and I say come on, Grammys they need any form of marketing, but sometimes a little push will also let it be more popular in some parts of Africa. It's a Muji that interview now, Kuma. This is a social media person giving his view on the Grammys.
As they do it, they were going to stab him in the heart after they've completely used and dumped him. I was just about to post to say, this is over to the Eddies now. Listen, African artists, Afrobeats artists, y'all need to withdraw yourselves from submitting your music to the Grammys. That's all I'm going to say. Shout outs to Tyler. Let's talk about Tyler. I said it, that if Tyler or Ira Star wins, especially Tyler, who in August was performing Water in Germany where nobody was moving, and by September, Water had become everybody's song from their grandmamas to their babies, has become the shortest hit record, monster hit record in Afro pop culture history, to not only sweep the entire world, but pick up the biggest gong that represents music globally. So at 22 years old, a young, gifted talent such as Tyler deserves a huge pat on the back. Her team deserves a huge round of applause. You know, the record label definitely worked that hard, and they made sure that Tyler was going to pick up an award in the category of monsters. Ashake and Olamide, monster. Burna Boy, monster. Davido, monster. Ira Star, monster. You know, like, she swam with sharks. And she definitely deserves all the kudos. But it takes nothing, it takes nothing away from us by saying,
okay, monsters.
So today Monday miss interview she the video and quickly we should talk about Moisha. No. Last week Munji Kamantazo Tanada Anche Tanada stroke rather than talk about ya Claire and yes lady and the stroke must not need kudi the ekamata a treat into the shape, you know, she might die. So because of that, a lot of controversies happen Yazo online that ka send sumo isha kind of suka live life in so and also people want to soon jita say want to come about jita say intaba esa bongo ideas we one day matter that jita say that she ne Grace Nate. The way that served, she's 87 years, so she saved 50 years of service to Ghana. No sugar daddies, no mansions, no Dubai trips. Currently crippled, blind, and bedridden. It's a ite kamata da atema kama amaba moisha ba. It's a that GoFundMe donation ya kamata ba matanga not a retired chief hooker.
That's mean.
Yes, so that's from. Bongo ideas. You know how controversial he is with his tweets online. And regarding the same tweeting, she ita what I'm saying Salman, where they kamata ache kamom what somebody is ill and we decide to put them in the mud and talk ill about them. If you think you can't help the person, just keep quiet and allow those who help the person help. It's a Mujita Salmani take into regarding this.
Whose ways are not God's ways? If you are now, say she's a waste. But if there's a way that we can save that girl, because people's ways are not God's ways. If you are now, say she's a waste. But if you are not paradise, no no. Stop! If you are not going to help, don't stop people from helping her. Because she's sick and she can die. Or what? Don't look at what she's done according to the blogs. Help! Because she's a human being and somebody's daughter.
You. Well, Thor, this itself goes a long way to tell us something about Rayuwa.
Exactly. I think that's what I've been making. Yeah.
But then quickly, Carson last week, Munka Obotum Optimek about the book and all that.
The Quran as it was revealed. Yeah. In fact, I was trying to communicate to a friend in the UK. Yeah. To see don't get some mufti. Zama UK so say mostly. So Kaskia Kojiyama. Na iko carry the inferior that woni daga UK to see how I can get a copy. Yeah. Of the book.
Mufti I magana regarding that. And last week we saw a video baba Samudama, and I'm sure I realized it's just right mobile viewers mukuma so Ghana gaskiya and the chicken one issue ne pop up on social media. I say Muji Rai Mufti Meng send a museum wrap up on trends.
And ignorance, that's what it shows. So it's not a Quran, it's not a Mus'haf. Mus'haf meaning it doesn't even have the Arabic in it. It's not even part of what we would like you to recite for ibadah or for salah or for anything of that. It's only a study of how the Quran was revealed. Nothing more than that and nothing less than that. So basically, for those who've been making a big noise, you know what happens? When there is a popular person, and we have to say this, it would be in the best interests of little guys to actually come out and make a big noise about it, and they haven't even spoken to the person. It goes to show they'll raise things that happened 20 years ago that were clarified, 10 years ago that were clarified, things that didn't happen that were a confusion. They want to raise it again and again. It goes to show it's not about the app, it's not about the book, it's about you gaining likes and perhaps beyond that earning money through those views. It happens. So therefore, when you see these controversies, take it in your stride. A lot of people will still make a video about this one here. I don't care. It's fine. We are serving the ummah in the best possible way, fi sabilillah. If anything, we have higher qualifications than they do, by far. We've been serving the ummah for longer than they have. We have scholars we are connected to that they wouldn't even imagine because they don't know. We don't have to make it public and make a big noise and a big thing about it. So, wallahi, it's a shame. It's a shame for people to make a noise. It's a shame for people to make a noise. And then they say, oh, this guy's not a Muslim, this guy is now this, it's about time we called him a kafir and whatever. What on earth are you talking about? My brother, we've converted more than 10,000 people and we're not even counting. Subhanallah, every day and every moment and every other day, there's people converting, reverting to Islam. Walillahi alhamdu wal minna. It's okay, it's fine. The thing is, what on earth are you on about? You don't even know me, my brother. You don't even have a clue who we are. You haven't even bothered to ask firsthand. You don't even know. You want to jump straight into the bandwagon and make your big statements. I suggested to the publishers of that study book to say, if perhaps you might choose a better title, it may disallow these noisemakers and these people who forcefully want to find fault to actually find fault in the name. So they have considered it, they've taken it on board, and inshallah they will make their announcements. If you want to know more about that Quran translation, or what they call the Quran, which is actually a study of the surahs of Mecca, and then another volume that studies Surah Baqarah, another one that studies other surahs of Medina Munawwara. Like I said, it's an amazing piece of work. But if you want to know more about it, go to the website, go to the FAQs and go and check what it's all about. Go and see firsthand. Don't just listen to things online and get excited because there's one guy who nobody knows. One guy who's...
Wow.
And I think that was the same thing we even mentioned here the other time, that I think it's just a study book. And personally, man, Quran study books, they were I think I have about... The recent one, Samu, was in December, written by Hajj Umar, Imam Ahl Sunnah na Ghana. Shima recent one na Samu kina chikin December is a Quran study book ne. So I mean, people should understand. But I like the fact that Mufti mentioned among some of these people, and it's not. I mean, they just need the likes, the comments, and then also in the broader I've been to get money. You understand?
And everything, just on everything, basically everything, to the point that the way, you know it. Mother is a jacket and so can abaya, so they should wear the jacket before wearing the abaya.
Exactly. And secondly, to Naso Magana Kembatuna ita Moisha issue. Anyway, Allah ibata lafiya. Yeah, Allah ibata lafiya. And also, I think that goes a long way to, I've been karatu ne muruka kama da muruki cikin. I mean, once upon a time, this is somebody who used their own ma to say, I don't deal with broke boys. Do you understand? So be very careful what you say, because you don't know how you end up. You have dabbing now, but I mean you don't know what's happening tomorrow. So please, ya kamata muna control. Abin da ke fito ba ke mu rainy. Allah ya kiyaye mu. Allah ya bata lafiya.
Lifestyle. Just yesterday she was everywhere.
Exactly. Trips to Dubai, here, there, the videos, and even before Machi will get Abinganta. I mean, Moisha was it. Yeah, is in Moisha again that I So Charlie, let's take life easy. Okay, Allah bata lafiya. Amin. So, maskalo tare da wato ita sarauniyan tantawa ke Khadija Kubra a Kailani muke kawo shirin Tsarin Safiya na yau ranar Litini a karshe tare da ni Amir Mukhtar, wanda kuma Malam Daud Muhammad Kakali ya zo ya bi cikin. Muna gode wa kowa da kowa auren da aka daura over the weekend. Allah ya bada zaman lafiya. Ni ne naku Amir Mukhtar tare da abokin yaki na Khadija
Kubra Kailani.
Allah ya kai mu gobe. Assalamu alaikum.